Hi there, I am Laura. I'm coming to you from Finland and I am a polyamorous knitter and polyamorous in life. It's been a while since I recorded because I haven't been able to knit a lot because I injured my hand or my wrist and my thumb maybe 2.5 months ago, and it has been a bit sore and not okay since then. I have seen a doctor twice and I'm going to see what's it called, orthopedist maybe, and I hope that I will find out that if it's going to be okay anytime soon. But in the meantime, I have been trying to find things that I can knit, and so I have casted on quite a few things, but I haven't been able to knit them a lot. So I was thinking that I would like to make a video about my WiPs, that is works in progress. I have quite a lot of them now, and 2 of them I haven't got with me at home because I spend a lot of time at my boyfriend's house too, so 2 of them are there. So I knit those there when I can. I haven't been making a lot of progress with them either, but something. I am wearing this Junction pullover by Andrea Mauri. I knit this in the late summer, maybe August or something like that. And the hat I'm wearing is this, the Thiefist, no, I forgot the name. Well, I have this book. This is I have my knitting notes in here, so I can check everything that I need to know. The Chiefest of Calamities. And this is a pattern that is coming out tomorrow. So I test knitted this one and then I made another one for my son. Tomorrow is the 28th of October 2023. So by the time this video comes out, the pattern is out and you can purchase it and knit this hat also. I will link everything down below to the description box, that all the info is in my Ravelry pages, so you can find all the info there, all the yarns and needles and stuff, and which patterns I'm using, because if you are interested. But that's something I do. I put everything in here, so you can see, for example, this Chiefest of Calamities. These are the 2 versions I made, and I put a little sticker when the project is done. And I put all the info and some labels in here, and sometimes some of the yarn also. And in Ravelry, all the information is like also safe. I like to do this both ways. It's a part of my knitting process. But yeah, let's move on to the WiPs. I have this new, or this is not a new cupboard, but this has recently moved here. It used to be in my son's room, but now I took it back for my WiPs. But maybe first I will tell you about the WiPs that I don't have here. I will insert a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. The first one is a project that I have started a year ago. It is the Cozy Memories blanket. Just can you see it? Maybe not. Anyways, it's a scrap yarn project. It's usually made, or the pattern tells you to make it from fingering weight scraps, but I don't have that much of them, so I decided to use DK and worsted weight yarn. And some of the squares are made of fingering weight double, so it's not very big yet, but I am in no rush knitting that one, because it's just something that it will make eventually when I have enough scraps and enough of the squares. But yeah, as you can see that there is one square that looks a bit funny. I think it looks like a breast from some Simpsons character, because I didn't think this at the time, but I had the yellow yarn and I ran out of it just at the end of the square. So then I just took some yarn that I have had just a little bit left, and so it kind of by accident looks like that. But I think it's okay. I don't mind if things look a bit funny sometimes. And then the other WiP that I have at my boyfriend's place, I call him Babe, is Aurora Cabin Shawl by Stephen West. It was the last year's hibernate along pattern, and I started it then. It was I think it's called Boxing Day in English. It is Tapaninpäivä in Finnish. But anyway, I started it then, and it is a fingering weight shawl. It is quite big, and I'm knitting in it with 2.75 millimeter needles, so it is a lot of knitting, and I may be halfway through at the moment. And the yarn I'm using is this Finnish wool, Vuonue Wilhelmi Kampalanka, which means worsted spun. And so it is quite soft but very thin, and the colors are purple and petrol, and havu is like this forest green and dark gray and natural black. So those last two aren't dyed, but they are the natural color of the sheep. And I'm really liking the way it's looking, and I would like to be able to knit it for the Christmas, so it would be like a year-long project, but probably won't, because my hand won't allow me to do that. But I hope that it will be done someday. Okay, now I can start to show you really these projects. I'm going to just pick them randomly from the cupboard, and hopefully I will remember that what is the project. Maybe I should open this other door too. I'm sitting on the floor, so it is a bit difficult. Well, that bit was difficult. I don't mind sitting on the floor otherwise. Anyway, so this is this was an FO. This is the hat that I made for my son Arni. He is 15 years old, and he wanted this brim to be a bit more long, because it was like 5 centimeters, and because it's cold in Finland, so the hat wouldn't be covering his ears, and he wants his ears to be covered. So I started to knit this brim a bit longer, but it starts to hurt my hand quite quickly, because this is a tight gauge so I cannot make very good progress on it, but I hope that I will get it done so he can wear this winter, because it is winter in Finland, or at least in Kajaani, because there's some snow and we have some minus Celsius degrees at the moment. But yeah, this is kind of an extra WiP because it was an FO until a few days ago. Yes, what then? What is this? I have these kind of random bags because I'm not buying any like fancy project bags, so I get these bags from the people I love when they have some extra bags. This is from my boyfriend Babe, and this is a Corsair bag. It is a computer part thing, and he had this bag and I was like, that's a nice bag, and he gave it to me. And in here is a sock. It is Rising Dawn sock by Stephen West. And at first I was knitting this to my son Kuro, but I don't think that this fits him, so someone else will have this. I started knitting this on those 9-inch circulars, so these small circular needles. But then I got these Addi, what is it? Crazy Trio. So there's this, it's kind of like double pointed needles, but you have 3 needles and there's this short cord in the middle. And I tried this a bit and I feel like it's easier on my hands to knit this on these than on the short circular needle. But yeah, the yarn is this, it's just basic sock. It is Hobby Atlas superwash wool and some nylon, polyamide actually, and fingering weight. I think it's gonna be quite nice one day, and it will have a pair also when I get to it. That was that. And then what is in here? This is a bag I got from Kuru, my son. It is a Makeship. I'm not sure if Makeship is like the company that is making the plushies, or is it like a gaming company, but he likes these gaming related plushies and they always come in these bags, and he gives me the bags which is really nice. I think these are quite fun. What's inside? There is some yarn and something that I've started and knit a bit, but it is not far. This is going to be my own design. I have named it Keridwen, and this will be, I'm using this Ruskanlehti tweed. So this is fingering weight tweed, merino tweed, and in the colorway konjakki, and the other color is ruosteinen naula. And I'm making this like a tunic length, like kind of a dress, but maybe more tunic, and it will be A-lined, and there is some, the raglans are like these eyelets, and this bust part or the yoke is going to be in this konjakki colorway, and the hem is going to be in this ruosteinen naula, and then the sleeves are going to be, I think I'll make them like quite fitted up here, and then they will increase to the in here and maybe 3/4 length, I think. So I have this I have a picture of it in my head, and I know what I want to make, but I'm not quite sure how am I going to get there, but I hope that someday I will. And actually I have 2 other like patterns in my, not patterns, but like ideas in my head. That's what I'm going to make. But as I'm not able to knit a lot right now, so they are just ideas in my head, but maybe someday they'll see the day of light. Maybe. What then? Something from downstairs here. This is just some random bag we got from my in-laws. So I don't know where this came from, but or where they got this, but I think it's good for the size is perfect and the sturdiness is perfect for this project. In here I have my Pohjola. It is there is this very beautiful color work in the bottom, and the upper part and the sleeves are going to be 2x2 rib, I think, if I remember correctly. It is a pattern by Jenna Kostet. I have the book there. It is from this Neulottu Kalevala, which is also in English called Knitted Kalevala. And Jenna Kostet is the designer. Let's see. Okay, so there's this. It's going to be like this. I think it's really beautiful. And the wool I'm using is Finship. This dark brown is Finship wool from Saima wool. A DK weight, really rustic. Smells just lovely and sheepy. And what else? It is really nice Finnish wool. And the other yarn is this Karma. Do I have a tag? No, I don't. But I do have another skein in here. It is this Karma yarns nyrkki. This is Kainu grey, Kainun harmas in Finnish. So it is also an indigenous race, sheep race. Am I getting the words right? I don't know. Breed, maybe, yeah. Indigenous sheep breed, and it is dyed by this Karma. She doesn't dye yarn anymore, at least commercially. So I'm lucky to have these skeins. But I think this will be just lovely. I started this last Christmas, so it hasn't gone very far. I was hoping to get it by this Christmas, but probably I won't, because color work knitting is quite hard on my hand right now. Next one. This is a Vovo by Rosa Pomar retrosarja bag. And in here I have a hat for Christmas. It is, I don't remember the names at all, but the yarn is Jalovilla Vuona. It is a single ply finish wool, and it's going to be like this color work Christmas hat. So it will be like this shape. I'll check the designer name and the pattern name. It's Metsätontun Lakki, and the designer is Nina Suutari. Yeah, I was hoping to make this one also for Christmas, but maybe for Christmas next year. I just started this like after Christmas, maybe at the new year or something, at the beginning of this year, and I didn't feel the need to continue it during the spring and summer, and so it's not far, because I thought that, well, there's a lot of time, knitting time before Christmas, and there is, if you count all of the Christmases to come. Next one. This is a bag I made from, this was like baby sling fabric from Didymos. I don't remember the name. I think it doesn't matter. And the inside fabric is just old sheet. And the strings are from my pajamas. And then there's this cat and bola. I used to have this like hanging in a chain on my neck when I was pregnant, so the baby would hear this clinging. That was the idea. And then I used it when I was breastfeeding, so the baby can like hold it. And now it's here. I never throw anything out. In this bag I have kouhei, and this is another thing that I cast on while I had this injured hand, because I thought that if I'm knitting on big needles, these are 6mm needles, I think, or maybe not. Yes, they are. So it wouldn't be so hard on my hands, but it kind of is still. So I'm not very far. And this yarn is Polyamorous Snefnag, which is a lovely soft yarn, but the problem is that I'm a bit allergic to alpaca, so I will always get this rash on my hands when I'm knitting alpaca, so that's not good. %. It's really hard to say percent, because in Finnish we say prosentti, so Finnish people tend to say procent, but that's not the way you're supposed to say it. So it's %. Yeah. Is it focusing? Maybe not. So 55% baby alpaca and 35%. Now I'm just thinking in Swedish, because this is like Danish, and Swedish and Danish are quite close. Cotton, yeah. And 10% of merino. But there's still like too much alpaca for my hands. But I'm gonna just knit it, because what else am I gonna do? I have some alpaca yarns in my stash, and I'm just going to have to live with that and not buy any more alpaca yarns. But sometimes I accidentally do, even though I have decided before that I want to buy anything, because I think it's quite hard to find these like fluffy thick yarns that have no alpaca in them, because the fiber, alpaca fiber, is, I think it's quite suitable for that kind of yarn. But okay, let's move on. And then there is this. This is also a makeshift bag from my son. And this is just quite sad, because I got this far. It's not it's not very far, and this is really something that I wanted to have and make for myself. The yarn is Wool Me Once fibers. Let me check. Bamburino. So I kind of was wishing that I would make this for summer, but maybe I will get it by next summer. So it is merino and 20% bamboo and 15% wool silk, and the yarn is just lovely. And this is going to be Tenia by Caitlin Hunter, but you cannot really see anything from this except the yarn. And I was enjoying knitting this because there's this lace part in the hem, and I enjoy knitting lace, but at that same time all the increases, or the make one right, make one left, and those are hard for my hands. So this is as far as I got. I will insert a picture of Tenia here so you know what it will look like. Oh, there is a swatch also, so the fabric is going to be something like this. And the next bag is also made by me. I think this was the first try of my own bags, the same fabrics. And there's this little sheep hanging in here. It is by Arikka, Finnish company, I think. This wooden sheep. The project in here, this is also something that I started like in these last couple of months, and it is, I have not gotten very far. It is going to be a cowl by Andrea Maury, and it is called The Shift. So the yarns I have here are Ruskanlehti Merino Sports Asphaltti, and the same yarn in the colorway Munakoiso, I think. Yes. So Ruskanlehti. And the third yarn will be this Chopel Zauber ball sports weight. But this is just my life now. I have a lot of these really small WiPs that will not be anything big for a while. I'm just gonna have to, maybe, I hope that I can gradually start knitting a bit more and not just like a round in a day or something, because I really love knitting and miss knitting, and I think it is affecting my mental health also, because it is like a stabilizer for me when I knit. And now that I can't do it, then just there's all this anxious energy and depression stuff and everything that has no way out of my body. The next one is in this bag that I made recently. It's just some random fabrics I had in my fabric stash. And then there's this pin. It says kärlek, which means love in Swedish. I think it was cute, so I put it here. And here I have a new WiP, and I have actually been able to knit on this because the gauge is loose and the needles are 3.5 millimeters. That is, I want to say size 4 in the US. Anyway, this is the project, and I have been trying to knit like a 1 color stripe a day. So I was thinking that that is the way I'll get just gradually like knitting a bit more every day. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but anyway. Some of you may guess what this is. This is the new MCAL by Stephen West. That is the mystery knit along that is going on right now. But not for long, because I guess the mystery is kind of not a mystery anymore, because the whole pattern is out now. But I started this like late to the party, and I don't mind if I see all the spoilers. So I wanted to make this like these increases in yarn overs, because as I said, all the make ones and make lefts are hard on my hands, so this yarn over is so much easier for me to do, and actually I quite like it. And then I added a 5th color and made an eyelet row, but today I thought that, or realized that I should have like knit a bit more before I make this eyelet row, but I think it's fine. And the yarn I'm using is Cascade Heritage, so it is a fingering weight sock yarn. Let me show you the tag. Like this. And the colors I have are, this is the color D, so the darkest color is Italian Plum, and then, no, it's not in order. Color C is Purple Hyacinth. Color B is Orchid, and color A is Lilac. So there is kind of this purple fade, except for the pink in the middle. I don't mind. I like the colors. And then this, I added the 5th color because there's going to be like 5 stripes, and I mean 10 stripes, and then it would have been like A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, and then the next section would start A, B. So I didn't want that, but I wanted the colors to go in the right order, so I thought that I'll put this extra color that I have dyed this maybe a year ago or something like that. And this is an unfortunate yarn that I failed it while dyeing, but it's okay. Because I'm just practicing everything. And the yarn is Nordic Yarn Helsinki. And so this 5th yarn is a bit thicker because of the felting, but I salvaged it and it is usable. And now I'm using it here. And I was thinking that if I use only, in the other sections, I use only these 4 colors, then maybe I could do the fringe at the, by the way, this is a spoiler, sorry. If I put on some fringe in the end, then I could like make the fringe in this yarn. I think it would be quite fun. Anyways, I have been enjoying knitting this, although yesterday I knit a bit too much and then my hand hurts like all the evening. But that's just my own stupidity or eagerness maybe. But yeah. And then I was thinking that because there is a mohair there, so you can add mohair to some sections or some parts of the shawl, then I could maybe use this Tilia, Filcolana Tilia, this purple color in some sections, maybe the glue 2 parts. But we'll see about that. But I think it has been really funny to, not funny, but fun to think about the yarn and how am I going to modify this pattern, because there was this whole, I'm not going to explain all of it, but there was this just a lot of like drama around this mystery knit along. So, and Stephen West altered the pattern in the middle of the MCAL. So I have been following it, although I haven't been really participating in it. But now I am actually knitting on it, so I kind of am, but not in the drama part. I just want to knit and not like offend anyone like that. Yes. What's next? Actually, I have a bag here that this is not a WiP, but it's hoping to be a WiP someday soon, so I just put this back there. There is some cascade yarns that these are going to be Drama by Jennifer Steingas, and I'm going to knit a fade. What is it? The yoke color work part is going to be a fade like this, and the other parts are going to be just black. But these yarn have been waiting quite a while, and they still will be. They can live here with the other things that are waiting for me to attend to. And then there is this little cute makeshift bag, and there is this cat. I love it. It's so cute. And other things. Someone else in my family might be able to explain these characters, but not me. And there is another unfortunate cast on, because I promised my son Arni that I will knit him a Death Star for when he turns 15. But guess what? It's here. It's not very big yet. Because it really hurt my hands, because there's a lot of increases in this small area. I think there'll be less increases when I get further with this, but at the moment I cannot knit this. And this will be, as I said, Death Star from this book. Star Wars. I'm not sure what's in English, but the best knit in the galaxy or something like that. Do I have here? There it is. So it's going to be just like this gray ball with some texture. Yeah. And the designer is Carissa Browning. And I was really hoping that I could make this thing for him for his birthday, but I couldn't. Maybe next year's birthday or some other celebration. Or maybe when, because he's on 9th grade and he will like graduate. What is peruskoulu? Like junior high. So he will go to lukio, which is kind of like high school next year. So maybe I hope that I will get this done for him by the end of May. That is just my hope. Oh, I forgot to show the yarn. Actually the yarn was supposed to be like some fancy, maybe not fancy, but like two threads, like made from two merino yarns, like sock yarns, but I'm knitting this in this Finnish Novita 7 vedestä. This is the most basic sock yarn, like worsted weight sock yarn you get from Finland, and it's really like common, and you can find it like in the grocery stores, and yeah. But I thought that I'm not gonna buy, like I would have to buy a lot more yarn, kind of like if I bought some thin merino yarn. So this was the affordable version. I think it will be fine. He doesn't mind. Yep. I forgot these needles. And what is in here? Oh, and I have these like cedar wood balls in some of these bags, and also in here in my Finnish and woolly wool section of my stash, so the moths wouldn't like to come there. And this is a bag I made myself also. Just there's these pockets, here and here. I'm not really using these pockets, but there's this ball here. And what is inside? This is an old WiP. This is going to be a cape for my son Kuro. He's 17, and I was hoping to make it for him for this winter, but as you can see, it is not even close to get done. But this is, I think, I enjoy knitting this when I can, because there's this gay cables and moss stitch, and then there's going to be a steeking. You will steek this. I will steek this. So I will cut this, and it will be like a cape. Yeah. The pattern is The Seer by Ninja Chicken or something like that. There it is. Ninja Chicken. And the yarn I'm knitting this on is Texletlopi. So this is Icelandic yarn. I think this will be perfect for, like, because you use the cape outside in the winter. So this will be good for this. And by the way, this is my cable needle, and this is my most favorite cable needle. And This used to be a double pointed needle, and I have a lot of this. This is, I think, 2mm needle or 2.5mm, and I just folded it like this, and it's really handy. I have a few of these, so there's a little tip for you, because I had these old needles that I don't like. They're aluminum needles that I don't like knitting on, but they are perfect for this type of thing. And then I have another bag where I have more of that yarn, because there will be like a colorway section in the hem. So the other colors are going to be this Stone Blue Heather is the name of this, and this green is Bottle Green, and then I have some leftovers from an old project that are not Letlopi but Novita Icelandic wool. It's a kind of like Novita's attempt to make this Icelandic yarns, but I don't think you can compare them. It's really like it's really itchy, and it like shreds a lot, but I think it will do in the hem. It's going to be fine. Is there another one? Maybe this dark gray. This is graphite, and this is sabi. I will insert a picture here that what is it going to look like eventually. Hi, this is Editing Laura. I forgot to show one project to you, so I'm gonna do it now. This is one more makeshift bag that I got from my son, and in this I have a new WiP also, and I have been talking about this before, but I casted this on and I got this far. And this one is Elton pullover. Is it pullover? Yes. Elton pullover by Jouhi Locatelli. And I am using this is a Stellina, Merino Stellina yarn I have dyed myself. So there's this glitter in it, and then the mohair is this one. It is Louhettaren luola röyhetyinen. So it is a silk mohair with this this looks really weird in this cake, but it looked quite nice in the skein, and I think it will look quite fun in this fabric also. So there are these like purples and yellows and some pinks, and I think this one will be one wild pullover for me. I was hoping that I would have been able to make this for this autumn, because it would have been perfect, because it is really, really lightweight, but I haven't been able to make it more than this. But I think this will be fun. Quite different colors, at least the yellow and the light ones, than I usually wear, but I don't mind. I'm just curious to see that what will it look like. And I think this this dyeing work, this dye that I made is quite a successful one, because it's it is quite tonal. There's a bit of like tone differences, but not a lot. So I think it brings balance to this very variegated yarn, the mohair. Let's move on. Another, I think this is makeship. No, maybe not. Oh, it is. I don't even know what is that, like a company or what. There's these nice pictures. And in here I have an old WiP. And I actually have shown this to you a few times before, but now it has grown, because this is one of the things that I can knit, because the gauge is loose and it doesn't hurt my hand so much. So I think I was in here the last time I showed you this. So I have knit this far, but this is going to be a lot bigger. So it's not done even nearly, but it's going to be via hante. It's like a shawl or a poncho kind of thing. You can wear it as a cowl, and like so that it drapes on your shoulders a bit, or as a scarf like this. So I think this is really nice. The only problem is that this yarn is alpaca yarn, so I always get the rash when I knit this. The yarn is, do I even have the tags in here? I have a couple of balls more in this. It is a lace weight yarn, and it is Cascade alpaca lace, I think. So it is really thin yarn, and I'm knitting this on 3mm needles. Did I lose some stitches? Oh yes, I did. I'm gonna have to fix this. And I have been knitting on this over a year. I think it was maybe August or September last year when I started this. But this has been like kind of, I'm not knitting it, I haven't been knitting it actively, because it's just mostly been like on my bag, in my bag, that I knit somewhere if I have to wait something, or just it's easy to carry with me, because it really goes in a small space, even though it is going to be quite large. And the designer is Martina Behm. Maybe I'll check, because I don't want to be talking some nonsense, although I might be. It's okay. Yes, Martina Behm. And there I have the tags. There's these cute alpacas. Yes. My son is making something to eat for himself. So he's in the kitchen right now, and you might hear some noise, but it's okay, I hope. And then there is just one last WiP in here. This is a bag I made myself. This is some woolly felt. Do you say what? Felt. And this is like a tag, kangasmerkki in Finnish. Like I got this from my brother's wife and my brother, and I thought that this is perfect in this project bag I made. And there is this pocket also. And the only problem with this is that this just collects every fur and hair you can find in this house, because we have 2 cats, and they, you know, used to walk on my project bags when they weren't in this cupboard. so it was quite furry. And the project I have in here is this, the Kajaanilainen hoodie, which is originally the Montrealer by Vincent from Le Garçon, and his name is Vincent Deland. So, and I'm not making it stripy, I'm just knitting it plain black, because this is what Habibi wanted, and this was supposed to be his 50th birthday present. 50 years birthday present, because he turned 50 on September, but I couldn't knit, so he will be getting this maybe for his 51st birthday, or hopefully previous to that, but I'm not hoping too much. So the yarn I'm using is Cascade 220, just black, and it is a hoodie, and it will have a, like a, what do you call it, like a pocket in the front, like this kangaroo pocket. Am I making up words? And sometimes he was talking that he would like to have something like that. So, and this would otherwise be quite easy on my hand, but the gauge is fairly tight, so it's hard, and there's this raglan increases, so it really hurts my hands, or the other hand. Anyways, this will be done someday, like all of my WiPs, I hope. And I have a lot of plans to knit other things, because that's what I do. I think about knitting a lot, even though I can't knit. So I have this book where I have my notes of my projects, and then on the other side I have all my plans. You can see there are some things I have made. I always put a sticker when I start a project, and then there is just a lot of plans, and I will get to them someday maybe. Well, that was it. I hope you had as much fun as I did, because it was quite nice to talk to you for a while, because I have been missing to talking about knitting with people, and I don't have a lot of people I can talk about these things in my life, because they are not really interested in knitting. They are, maybe some of them are interested in me, and they will listen when I talk about knitting, but they don't really like get it. I hope that you do. Okay, well, if I get some progress on these, or maybe some FOs one day, then maybe I will just record another video, or maybe I'll think of something else to talk about, knitting related to you. But when I do, I will see you then. Happy stitches. Bye bye.